$8,000. And we're going to use this one for an example of how to use all this money to use in the projection of where I want you to go with this money. Okay, so I'll explain it a little bit more in detail here. So this one, they're charging you $1,800 for origination fees and points and other things there. They're charging you $672 in appraisal fees and things. This is very common here. This is where it really gets out of whack. Title companies and title fees, it depends on where you live. Some states are really expensive. Some states are really cheap. Okay, but just so you understand, when you're buying a home, the title fees in this section right through here are much, much more than when you're refinancing. For example, if this was a property in Illinois, it's a property for $180,000, that would probably be about right. You'd have about a $3,000 or $4,000 title fee. Well, if you're looking to refinance in Illinois, the fee is $995. So you can see how it's dramatically different. And there's states like Florida and Texas and New Jersey that have high fees as well. So these fees might get a little bit up there. Okay, then when we look over here, these are recording fees and other costs that are involved. So what we're going to do is we're going to add up all these costs. We're going to say, okay, Mr. Preferred Lender, we don't want anything here, so that's going to save us $2,000 there. But all the other costs are going to come out to what? Total of costs, $8,054. Well, let's take $2,000 from that and bring it down to here and say, we don't want to pay these. We want a higher rate, and we're going to move that number down to here. So now that's going to give us what? $6,000 in fees that we're going to be charged for. Okay. So let's assume in this case, the builder's given us $20,000. Okay. And we have now $6,000 in hard costs. So that means we have $14,000 left over. Okay, so what a lot of lenders, preferred lenders especially, are going to ask you to do is, let's do a buy down. Let's buy down this rate and use up all that money to get you, maybe we can get you a 5.99 rate. Well, the bad part about that is, if you do a permanent buy down, and let's say the Federal Reserve starts to cut rates this year, and then next year, and rates get down to 5.5 or 5.99 within the next 6 months or maybe a year, that means you spent a lot of money buying down the rate for no purpose because you didn't get the bang for the